I'm Diane Bruni, and I'm president-elect of the Lakewood Ranch Community Fund. I'm standing in today for Keith Davey, who's our president, and he is hiking somewhere in Kosovo with his wife Barb on a vacation, which was scheduled a while ago. So I hope he's having fun because I know we are. Of all the events we have for the fund, this is the most important. This is when we formalize our grants to those organizations that help make Lakewood Ranch area the special place that it is. It is also when we recognize the person or persons of generous spirit and fine character through our coveted Humanitarian of the Year award. Our celebration begins with the recognition of those who've made it possible. So let me acknowledge the Community Fund board members by asking them to raise their hands. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I would also like to introduce members of the Manatee Community Foundation. Executive Director Marilyn Howard. Yeah. Development Director Cassandra Holmes. And Office Manager and All-Around Director Joan McGraw. Joan. They are just the best, and they support us daily. Sometimes I say those of us at Lakewood Ranch are like the little teenagers that are always saying, can we do this, can we do that? And they're always there to help us. Thank you. I also want to acknowledge past board members who are here today. Would you raise your hands? Past board members? Don. Okay. Okay. Well, we stand on your shoulders. Thank you. All right. Well, rest assured, you have a group here of excited, committed, and tenacious people supporting the nonprofits of the area. And we're very happy to be here today and to welcome you. We have a simple and direct mission statement. The Lakewood Ranch Community Fund enhances the quality of life in and near our community by promoting philanthropy, responding to community needs, and granting funds. The tagline says, it's what great communities do. Those of you who live, work, or contribute to the Lakewood Ranch area know that this is a great community. Today we celebrate some of those activities that make us so. Humanitarians and grant recipients are selected through refined, well-run processes headed by talented committee chairs. Please allow me to introduce the chairman of the selection process for the John Clark Humanitarian of the Year Award, Bob Burkowski. Through his targeted efforts year after year, we get to celebrate and acknowledge local all-stars. Bob?
Thank you, Diane. Bob and Billy Delaney exemplify the qualities honored by the C. John A. Clark Humanitarian Award, having contributed both to the local and national community for many years. I am pleased to announce that they are the recipients of the 2011 award. Just to touch on a few examples, locally as far back as the late 80s and early 90s, working with Sheriff Charlie Wells at high school prom nights for drinking and driving awareness education, doing fundraising for St. Joseph's School. They have been active with the Sheriff's Manatee County Boot Camp, including Boot Camp Christmas and also the Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranch. They've been active with the 13th Avenue Community Center in Bradenton that serves challenged youth, where Bob was an executive board member. They founded the Bob Delaney Leadership Academy at Bayshore Elementary. This academy teaches leadership concepts to fifth graders. I have also heard that since these students don't get around a lot, that Billy and Bob send them postcards from many of the cities that they go to. Bob was national co-chair of Blow the Whistle on Cancer Jimmy V Foundation for Cancer Research. Bob has also been executive board member for Southwest Florida Easter Seals. And Bob, although he hesitated to put up his hand, served with me for many years on the board of the Lakewood Ranch Community Fund, where he also put in considerable time on various committees, also including the committee for our golf tournament. They have made several trips to visit our troops in both Iraq and Afghanistan, as well as visiting wounded troops in a hospital in Germany. Following one trip overseas, they organized a local community drive in 2010 for the Wounded Warriors Ministry Chaplain's Closet, which provides clothing and other items for wounded soldiers returning to the U.S. Bob has shared his experience and lessons as an undercover New Jersey State Trooper and an NBA referee during many talks both locally and nationally. Bob has worked with many law enforcement and military personnel to understand and identify the symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder and the impact this has on the individual, their family, and friends. Bob developed a keen interest in this subject after experiencing it firsthand as a result of years of undercover work. More recently, Bob and Billy did a 540-mile bike ride with 250 wounded warriors leaving Ground Zero this year on the 10th anniversary of 9/11, continuing on to Shanksville, Pennsylvania, and finally to ending up at the Pentagon. Now I would like to have Don O'Leary, a prior recipient of the award, and someone who needs no introduction, to present them with the award.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Some pictures. Move over. Move away from the microphone.
Don's giving all kinds of orders up here. I asked Billy on the way over who should give the thank you. She said there was not even a question. So, you know, opposites attract. And it's very obvious here, because there's never been a microphone or a camera that I have not liked. And Billy likes being in the background. And without her, I would not be accomplishing, and we would not be accomplishing the things that take place. My name gets put on the front side so often, but is because of Billy that that support is there. And it's really an honor to have that recognition together today. I thought I'd share, because I've been around the troops lately, and Billy and I did that ride, 540 miles through 6 states, bicycle ride. It wasn't a motorcycle, it was a bicycle ride. We were pedaling, and it was amazing to watch the men and women who serve us, you know, the 250 wounded warriors. And they go and do things for others and are more concerned about others than themselves when we're on this. I wanted to share with you when I first went to Iraq. The first time I went there, we flew into Kuwait, and when I left Tampa and went to Kuwait, I thought, what am I doing? Why am I even going there? This doesn't make any sense. It sounded good on paper, and then when the reality of it hit, it didn't really feel comfortable. And we stayed in Camp Aravijan in Kuwait, and the next morning we went to Ali Salim. Ali Salim is probably the most serious place I've ever been in my life. It is where the troops are put before they get on the C-130s and go into battle. And when you walk into that room, the largest American flags that I've ever seen. And there are ministers in the back, pastors, Catholic priests with Bibles, and people are making themselves right with their Lord. They are making sacrifices. And then they call out our names and we get onto the C-130, and I've never been on one, and you got a helmet and all that kind of gear that the military wears that they give you, and you're sitting shoulder to shoulder, hip to hip, knee to knee on this plane, and the sandstorm was horrific. And I kept saying, no, we're probably not going to take off on this. I was trying to talk myself into hoping that they were going to say we're going to take another day or so before we leave. And this plane bucks its way up into the sky, and next thing we're heading into Mosul. And as we get into that area, this plane starts doing things I've never felt a plane do in the United States. And, you know, nobody told me to put my tray table up or get my seat in the right position. And this plane started moving in all kinds of directions. a soldier across from me must have saw my eyes get so big and I was soaking wet, and it had nothing to do with the 120-degree weather. He hit his chest and he gave me a thumbs up. And when we finally got on the ground, he explained to me that that was a combat landing. And the reality of war is right there. General Bob Brown met us, and we had a briefing that night. And I was with Tim Dwight. Tim Dwight is a football player. Played at Iowa State, University of Iowa, played in the NFL. His claim to fame is that he ran a touchdown back in a Super Bowl, all the way almost 90-some yards on a kickoff, so he can move. That morning, he and I were in the same CHU, a contained housing unit, and we were roommates. A bomb exploded around 4:30 in the morning. I told you he was fast because I want you to know I beat him to the door. I didn't know where I was running to, but I was going. And when I got outside that door, the soldiers were standing there, and they smiled, and they said, "Sir, it's okay. It was close, but it's not that close." And then I had a conversation with one of those soldiers. And what I'm about to say to you, every time you see this American flag, remember this statement. He said to me, "Sir, we do our best soldiering when we're not afraid of dying." What a powerful statement. And I thought of sacrifice and commitment that the military give to each one of us in this room. The willingness to sacrifice for others, that if we can take a piece of that and put it into our lives, to take a piece of that and say, we're going to do for others. Tomorrow, we are on the eve of Make a Difference Day. Tomorrow is Make a Difference Day. All of you in this room are going to make a difference. But we need to continue doing that and growing in that fashion. You know, John Wooden, the great coach, said that you cannot realize a full life until you do something for someone who will never be able to repay you. All of you in this room are living a full life because you're doing things for people that may never be able to say thank you to. So on behalf of them, Billy and I say thank you to you for not only honoring us here today, but all you do in our community. What the Lakewood Ranch Community Fund does is provide opportunities for others to continue helping others. And there's no greater gift. It's an honor. It's a pleasure. We're humbled by this award. We know the folks that have gone on before us. We talk often about the people that are on that board and how they've made a difference in our community. And we all in this town want to grow up someday to be like John Clark. When I become an adult one day, I want to be like John and Don O'Leary, because those are two men that make such a difference in everyone's lives. Thank you. Appreciate it. Stay safe. We'll see you down the road.
Well, thank you, Bob and Billy, and congratulations. We're honored to have you here. All right. Well, in the next year, you will see us broaden our efforts even more to reach large and small businesses around the ranch and individuals who want to build a legacy that will meet needs in their neighborhoods. We have two major venues planned. One is the Founders 50 campaign. And can I ask, how many of you on Main Street near the fountain in Lakewood Ranch have seen the Humanitarian Award winners plaque? How many have seen it? Oh, that's great. Okay. Well, very soon, Billy and Bob's name will be added to that. And then right across from that plaque, SMR has given us permission to put a second one in, which will list all of the Founders 50 who will create the legacy foundation for the Lakewood Ranch Community Fund to move forward in an even more stable way. So we're very excited about that. And the unveiling of that plaque will happen on December 2nd, and that's First Friday, so Main Street's always busy, and I think it's around 4 o'clock. So that's one thing. And then you might know, too, that our gala is back in full force, and the date of that is April 20th. So mark the calendar and shine your shoes, because that's going to be really fun, too, at the Polo Grill this year. But those two things will really help us have more funds even for next year. So let's begin the grants presentation. The process for selecting the final grants request to receive $64,000 this year of available funds is an involved process. Please welcome board member Dr. Dick Wharton, who chaired the grant process this year. He does an amazing job of coordinating proposal requests, working with a talented committee of local citizens, and puts it all together for the results we have this afternoon. So Dick, thank you for your efforts and welcome.
I also wish to welcome grantees, Lakewood Ranch Community Fund board members, Manatee Community Foundation board members, and supporters from the Lakewood Ranch community. This year, there was only $64,000 available for grants. Therefore, the Community Fund focused its requests for grants on 3 grant priorities. First, education. Second, health, supporting basic medical, dental, and mental health needs. Human services, aiding families, youth, seniors, and disabled and disadvantaged individuals. We received this year 37 grant applications. The grant committee used a rating system that looked at the overall excellence of the application, the clarity and development of the application, demonstrated need and/or demand for the grant and its activity, and the meaningfulness in terms of the greater community and in particular Lakewood Ranch community. It is always difficult to make a decision when there are so many outstanding grant applications. We wish to thank the following individuals who served on the grants committee and provided vital input. If you are here, we would like and appreciate if you would stand up and be acknowledged. Mr. Rick Fawley, President of Fawley Bryant Architects, Lakewood Ranch. Mr. Roger Miles of Miles Media Group, Lakewood Ranch. Mr. David Reed, President of Shred Quick, Lakewood Ranch. Mrs. Susan Shushak, CPA and partner with Kavanaugh and Company, Lakewood Ranch. Mr. David Sessions, President of Willis A. Smith Construction, Lakewood Ranch. And my right hand, Mr. Jeff Berkey, who is on the Board of Advisors and helped me tremendously. Now comes the time that you all have been waiting for. Were 19 successful. There were 19 successful grantees totaling $64,000 in grant awards. Last year we had 13. This year we had 19, so we were able to give out a little more, even though funds were scarce. And I would appreciate if the Lakewood Ranch Community Fund Board Advisory members come up and award the grant to each of the following happy and successful grant recipients. Okay?
Okay, so the first one this year is Meals on Wheels Plus of Manatee, Inc. Would you come forward, please? Thank you. Thank you. Why don't you come right over this way? Right, you want us here, Dick? Over this way, Dick? Okay. The grant's purpose is to help the Food Bank of Manatee fill the GAP program to provide nutritious meals high in protein to hungry families, children, and seniors. Congratulations, and I guess you want the
Yeah.
You're welcome. Nice to meet you, too.
Good afternoon. Would a representative from the Benjamin David Gullitt Elementary School come up? The grant's purpose is to pay for a teacher and guidance counselor and other expenses to conduct Power Hour, an after-school tutoring program. Thank you very much. Over more?
Would the representative from Big Brothers, Big Sisters of the Sun Coast come forward? The grant's purpose is to monitor 5 at-risk students in the Gateway to Success program as they transition from middle school to high school.
Thank you so much. We'll get over here in front of this.
Up in front of this, okay?
Over just a little bit, please.
A little more?
Next is our Mother's House Catholic Charities. Alrighty. The grant's purpose is to support an infant-toddler mental health program with focus on parenting, parent-child interaction, and learning behavior management.
Easter Seals, please come on up. The grant's purpose is to fund Project Rainbow, a respite care program that supports families with medically fragile or disabled children.
At this time, it is great pleasure to award a grant to the Family Network on Disabilities of Manatee and Sarasota counties. The grant's purpose is to provide in-home respite care to families in Lakewood Ranch that have a child or children with a disability or special need.
This grant is for the Foundation for Dreams. The grant's purpose is for scholarships based on financial need to subsidize camping fees for children with special needs residing in Lakewood Ranch to attend Dream Oaks Summer Camp.
The next recipient is Goodwill Foundation Incorporated. The grant's purpose is to provide a job connection specialist in Lakewood Ranch, Goodwill, to work with clients as a job coach to teach such skills as interviewing, resume writing, and as a facilitator to ensure they receive necessary ancillary services to go to work, childcare, clothing, uniforms, and transportation. Congratulations.
Thank you.
The next grant is for in-stride therapy. The grant's purpose is to provide financial needs-based scholarships to special needs individuals so they may participate in at least 21 hippotherapy sessions.
One more together, okay. Smile.
Minnesota Buds. This grant's purpose is to purchase materials for 35 new parent kits, 20 in English and 15 in Spanish, for distribution to physicians, hospitals, and other providers that serve new or expectant parents of children with Down syndrome. Here you are. Congratulations.
The next recipient is Jewish Family and Children's Services of Sarasota, Manatee. The grant's purpose is to support counseling and life skills education programs housed at Horizon Academy, an alternative school for middle school and high school students who have been expelled from regular school.
Okay, Minnesota Solve. Come on up. The grant's purpose is to purchase 25 infant car seats to reward parents who complete agency's parenting program and to choose to parent a child. And the exact check, the right one. Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you. Okay, here you go. Ready?
Here we go again.
The next grant is to Moat Marine Lab Incorporated. The grant's purpose is to send professional moat educators to Lakewood Ranch schools to provide interactive teaching and hands-on learning experiences of scientific concepts.
This grant is for Project Light of Manatee, Inc. The grant's purpose is to purchase English in Action, English as a Second Language, ESL, student and instructor curriculum kits.
Our next grant recipient is the Sarasota Manatee Association for Riding Therapy. The grant's purpose is to build a new wheelchair-accessible mounting ramp to provide the easy transfer of participants to the back of their horses.
The next one is for the Cancer Support Community of Florida Suncoast, doing business as the Wellness Community Southwest Florida, Inc. The grant's purpose is to provide a family respite from daily grief and stress living with a loved one with cancer through a family-focused Give Me a Break family night and weekend camp.
This grant is for Tidewell Hospice, Inc. The grant's purpose is to provide grief education and counseling to youth at the Grief Education and Support Center.
You're very welcome. Thanks, Father. We're going to make this together. There we go. Great.
A little bit more to the left. Okay, very good.
This grant is for We Care Manatee, Inc. The grant's purpose is to purchase post-operative equipment and medically necessary supplies to ensure patients receive comprehensive care during their treatment.
Last but not least, would the representative from the Willis Elementary School Literacy Program come forward? The grant's purpose is to purchase literacy materials in order to implement literacy workstations in the kindergarten classroom on a daily basis for a 90-minute literacy instructional program. Again, I wish to thank you for attending the awards ceremony, which, of course, is an important part of what the Lakewood Ranch Foundation Fund does yearly. And we hope to see you again next year. At this time, I'd like to turn it back to Diane.
Whew, feels good, doesn't it? There's a saying I love, and it's, life is mostly froth and bubble. Two things stand like stone. Kindness in another's troubles, courage in your own. So God bless you and those you have the privilege of serving. It was a great afternoon. We have two things. One is we'd love a group picture of all the recipients. So like right away, if you could maybe, where do you think, Angela? Okay, someone will organize it, okay. Not me. All right. And the other thing I want to tell you is the doors are locked until the food's gone, so. Have a good time, all right? Enjoy yourself, and thanks for coming. Okay. Here you go.
Billy and Bob, congratulations on this award. It really was well deserved. How does it feel to be up there getting an award right next to him?
Well, it's a great honor. He does so many wonderful things, and to be a part of this is tremendous.
But as he gave you a lot of credit for being there all the time, backing him up.
Well, he makes it easy. It's fun. It's fun doing these things together, and we're a team.
Bob, Your remarks today, especially about with the American military, it was very, very touching. It means a lot to you to go over there, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's great to be around the men and women who serve us, and I'm a very lucky guy. I got to be around World Championship basketball teams for a lot of years, 25 years, run up and down the floors of the NBA. Now today I work with the world champions in the game of life.
Well, the two of you continue to give back, not only throughout the country, but in this community as well, and you're really to be congratulated. What does it mean to you to get recognized by the community that you live in? Billy, why don't we start with you?
It's a tremendous honor. There's the people ahead of us that have received this award are incredible. They do so much for our community, and to be recognized as part of that group of people is a great honor.
And Bob, what's next for you? What's next on your plate?
This isn't retiring for me. This is a transition. So I've been doing a lot of work with the military, law enforcement, and the firefighters. So doing work in the area of post-traumatic stress, which is an epidemic in our country today. And I have another book that I'm starting on, which is the ride that Billy and I went on called Beyond the Shadows, a ride to recovery from Ground Zero to Shanksville to the Pentagon, and all the amazing people we met on that ride. Peggy and Dave Beamer, the mother and father of Todd Beamer. Ellen Saraceni, her husband Victor was the pilot of the plane that went into the South Tower. And Deborah Burlingham, whose brother Chick was the pilot of the plane that went into the Pentagon. Those are the folks that we met, along with 250 wounded warriors. So the stories are going to be powerful, and it's stories of great Americans.
And nobody can tell that story better than you, Bob. And again, congratulations to the both of you, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you.